Able to hear me, see me instead?
Yes. Good afternoon, Vanita.
Very good. Very good. We'll start the class now. We'll start with the prayer. Close your eyes, palms together. Seek the blessing from your God, goddess, and all your gurus. So if you are done, slowly your eyes. As usual, we are going with the 3 sections. First thing we are discussing about the today's Gocharam, followed with our horoscope lessons. We are ending up with the horoscope discussion. Okay, that's all. Okay, today's Gocharam. As usual, we have to see our king and the queen. King is in the Mesha Rasi. Most of the time, the people will call it as a Mesha month, Mesha month. Wherever the sun which it was in, the month is called it as the Rasi name itself. When the Surya was in the Mesha Rasi, the month becomes the Mesha month. Now, when the Surya was in the Mesha Rasi, the sun is really powerful here. What's special about the Surya in the Mesha Rasi? Anybody remember?
Exalted.
Exalted here in the Mesha Rasi. This is the time the people will health will be increased. You may say, the summer is really killing us, and you are saying the health is increased. The immune system will be in a good level. At this moment, the immune system in our body will be in a good position. The same when we are coming here, when the sun moves here, when the time goes on, when the month by month, the sun moves here at the Tula Rasi, the sun becomes losing its power. What is it meaning? It's not losing its power, it's moved away from the air. So that's why the sun's energy was not fully consumed by the peoples living in this universe. But from the moment the moment it starts from here, mostly they say it starts from the Kanya, Tula, Vrikshika, and the Dhanu. The health becomes little bit not in a good condition. Gradually, the health will be reduced. In other words, the immune system will be reduced. And when the sun moves into Uttarayana range, the health will be gradually increased. The same goes here. When the sun was in the Mesha Rasi, your immune system in your body will be working a full function. Getting into our queen, Chandra in the Simharas along with the Ketu. This is an interesting combination. Should not have. When the Chandra along with the Ketu, imagine a situation. The one birth chart is also one birth chart is also happening in the Simharasi. So when the Simharasi Chandra was there, the Rasi is also Simharasi. Simharasi along with the Ketu. So what is the nature? What is the nature becomes this? They are not unable to make any decision because the Ketu makes you to let go of anything. And the Chandra was not able to decide because when the Chandra and the Ketu synergy combined together, one n number of options may be in front of one individual. The individual not able to make any single decision. Any point in time, if they move forward in their life, they always have multiple options, but they are unable to choose. If they are in the process of choosing an option, the days will goes on, and at the end of the day, they won't choose anything. Okay. But who are the people who have to see this kind of the combination? The people who form the Simha Rasi, Simha Lagna, and the Simha Rasi becomes the eighth house, sixth house, fourth house. Check their energy level, particularly their emotional level, how they behave, because their energy level is highly saturated. Are they emotionally secure, or they're emotionally elevated, or they feel like they are going here and there. They are not in a balanced situation. They are not balanced altogether in there. find out about yourself. This is the best day for those people which I mentioned here. So how it is going to help you? It is not going to help you in the same day, because it will help you in the further days. The same Chandra and the Ketu combination will come in few months also. So that point in time, you may prepare yourself how you want to be. So in another words, if imagine a situation when the Chandra Ketu combination in your birth chart, or Chandra over your Chandra, and now in this Gocharam, Chandra Ketu combined together, and your birth chart is Chandra Ketu combination. Imagine that situation. Most of the time, what you will do, you are not able to make a decision. If you have any simple fight or small fight, you yell with each other, because they will be provoked very quickly. The person is not be emotionally stable, can come into an n number of the fights in a day. So what one can do, how you become at least limited energy of the Ketu, you should not raise your voice. You should understand how your day will be, how you make yourself happy. You find yourself when you fight with others, when you yell at somebody, are you happy or are you losing your energy? Find yourself. Then when the same combination comes in on another day, makes yourself accommodate with that day, but at the same time, you should be happy about yourself. You should be happy about with others also. That is about the Chandra and the Ketu. Now let's see about the other grahas. Mangal, Buddha, Sani in the Meena Rasi, Chupra in the Rishabha, Guru in the Mithuna, Chandra Ketu we already saw, it is in the Shimba Rasi, Rahu in the Kumbha Rasi. Now let's see about the Pancham of today. Tithi Dasami followed by the Ekadashi. Most of the time, the people will say, if you fast on most of the time, if you fast on the Ekadashi, your body will be detoxified automatically and you will gain an energy. Some people will say, particularly on the Ekadashi only, my hungry level is boosted up to the maximum and I can't go to fasting. So if you are that kind of the person, find out which theory your body needs more food. Definitely there should be one day on this 15 days, 15 days. There should be the one day your body won't need any food. You may not aware about it, but when you test yourself, at least 45 days in a month or 48 days in a month, your body will be behave like that. You no need a food. You may think like, oh, that won't happen in my life. You go with full awareness, see yourself, your body, how it works. Some days you don't need any breakfast, you don't need any lunch, you don't need the dinner. The day will be like that, at least one day. So if you mark that day, mark the Tithi, and along with the Paksha. So here is an important one. One may find out the Tithi, okay, in the Ashtami Tithi, my hungry level is not high, my hungry level is below 3, and I can go for fasting. Okay, but if you forgot about the Paksha, in the Sukla Paksha, your hungry level should be like this. But in the other phase of the moon, your hungry level will be high. So what you have to do? You have to see about the Sukla Paksha or the Paksha also, along with the Tili and your level. Particularly, if all things match on the Ekadasi, have a fasting on the entire day, or at least 6 in the morning to 6 in the evening. So that's the best for your health. What is special about it? Then naturally it provides a kind of an element to detoxify your body automatically on its own. You don't need to do anything until you do one thing, you do a fasting. That's it. Okay. Next Nakshatra is the Maha, followed by the Purva Palguni. Yoga is the Vriddhi, followed by the Dhruva. Karana is the Aitale Garaja and the Vanisha. Days are Ravivara, Paksha is a Shukla Paksha. Okay. I'm skipping about the Karana section for this week. We'll have the remaining Karanas in the next class itself. Okay, now we are moving into the next section. Okay, give me a second. Okay. We are moving into the next section, that is our horoscope lessons. So first thing is a Dasamadhipati. If I go fast, tell me, make me to slow down my lessons, okay? You feel if it is fast. Dashamadhipati, we are seeing about the 10th Lord in the various parts. The first thing we have to know about is what is the 10th house is meant for. 10th house is the karma sthana, your career, your profession, task, your project, or how the world sees you. Or what is your image to belongs to the universe, belongs to the world. Okay. So in the 3 words, I want to remember about the 10th house means you should remember about 10th house represents career, 10th house represents profession and the image. Okay. Now, we last week we saw about 1 to 4 houses. Quickly revise the 10th house in the 10th lord in the first house. Is one of the Kendra lords sitting in your lagna, which are good or bad, it's really good. These people becomes really workaholic and they are self-made person itself. If the opportunity comes in the way, they definitely success in politics also. Okay, now let's see about the 10th lord in the second house. One of the Kendra lords sitting in your Dhanasthana, it is a good or bad, the auspiciousness will be increased. Most of the time, the financial growth in their hand itself, the luck favors in them. Okay. 10th Lord in the third house. 10th Lord, that is one of the Kendra Lords sitting in your Dairyasthana. Is it good or bad? It's definitely good. The siblings play a significant role in their life, one or the other way. They financially support you, morally support you, they become your right, left hand, whatever it is, but they will provide this support in you. In career level, at least you have some amount of the distance to travel every day. Okay, let's see about the 10th Lord in the fourth house. It's completely about the Matrusthana, in that the Kendra Lord was sitting. Another Kendra Lord sitting in it, another Kendra. Is that good or bad? Very good. These people are really good mediators. Okay? Now let's see about the today's lesson. 10th Lord in the fifth house. Okay, here is a thing. 10th Lord is the Kendra Lord. Fifth house is the Trikona. Kendra Lord is going to sit in the Trikona. Is a good or bad? Auspiciousness is increased or not? Yes. So the answer is fifth house. It says about the thinking capacity, thinking of a person, what kind of the thought process in their mind, what they conceive. Conceive here can be the child, it can be the any of the process, any of the creation which is first conceived in your mind. It can be anything. It can be if you are a carpenter, you imagine something. If you are a chip producer, you imagine some kind of nano chip in your mind or microchip in your mind, whatever it is. From this end to that end, in whichever the field, whatever the ideas, it becomes consumed and comes into in your creation. That is, it's initiated as a thought process. It becomes as the product, becomes as your creation. Okay? Spontaneity, amusement, any kind of the speculation, all kind of the speculative business, analytical skills, calculative skills, and importantly, it is a Putrasthana. It is also about the romance. Now, the 10th Lord was sitting in this fifth house. 10th Lord, we already know about this for your career, profession, and your image. When the 10th Lord was sitting in the fifth house means these people are progeny in nature. They have the multi qualities inside them. They the nervous system works in such a way. Number of the lifetimes they whatever they learned in their life comes to their in this life. It becomes the progeny. It's not like they are their first soul. It is the journey in their as a first soul. It becomes a number of the lifetimes they gain their knowledge, and because of the karma they accumulate that, they have this kind of blessing to use that knowledge in the current lifetime. You can see this kind of the people, if you see any of the progeny in any field, whether it is in music or sports or in education or politics, whatever it is, are they carrying the knowledge level to one lifetime to the another lifetime? You can easily see when the 10th Lord was sitting in the fifth house. Mostly they are very honest in their nature. The creative level is really high. If some people was thinking in one way. These people will think, well, thought process, thinking process, creatively, this is in a totally different level. And altogether, humorous in nature. Okay, here is an important. They love to be ritualistic. They love to be meditation, religion, spiritual, and philosophy. Even one can ask, is that possible? In the ritual, meditation, religion, all one can do? No. How come their family belongs to, if they are spiritual, if they are following any kind of religion? Or when they grow up, they tend to follow the rituals. In one of my friends, so they their families belongs to all kind of the ritualistic nature, but she's not interested in. But then she grew up. She was very interested to put the havan in her home and do the puja and every once in a while. Not once in a while, on particular day, in particular time intervals, she do the Ganapati puja, and it becomes habit for her. Is that possible? Yes, when the Dasha Buddhi was there and the particular 10th Lord was in the 5th house, this definitely will happen. They interested towards the rituals, meditation, and any kind of the religion which they believe, they step into that direction. Okay, here is the first way, which I said. They have a different interest altogether. And they have the multiple interests. They are good in that or not, very good in everything. And most of the time, these people become entrepreneurs or psycho. If okay, one interested, if the 10th Lord in the 5th house, these people become a psychiatrist. They are very well-known psychiatrist in the family. Why is that possible? How is that possible? Because the thought process, their thinking skill, their calculating, their analytical skills, easily analyze the person in front of them, what they need, or how he or she can help them to recover from the situation. So, and in any situation, in psychologically, how they can mediate or pacify or amplify, they can be able to identify that. If and because of the humorous nature, they becomes the good comedians. If there is a possibility and opportunities in front of them, they become the stage artist also. And one of the things which I come across one of my friends, he is also working in some government head of one of the department in government organization, and but he was very interested in the stage drum. Uh, in his free time, he always go to the drama artist and practice the stage drama. And he performs whenever he finds that. And most of the time, I really, and how is it possible? One person was having the entire day work, and how he gained that kind of an energy. The 10th Lord in the 5th house gives that kind of an energy, makes you to do something which is makes you happy. Okay? Why? Because the creative thinking process won't allow you to sit ideally. It makes you to when I was waiting, I don't think so. Okay. It won't allow you to sit for a while. It makes you to do something once in a while. Not once in a while. Most of the time, it becomes a habit for you. Okay. Anybody having 10th Lord in 5th house? Some of the prominent personalities which you can search and find out. Okay, let's getting into 10th Lord in the 6th house. Okay, 10th Lord with 10th house is for your career position and image. 6th house is the Roga Retna Ripustana, that is also for your competitiveness success in your life. When the 10th Lord was sitting in the 6th house, that is one of the Kendra Lord was sitting in the hidden houses. In another words, the Kendra Lord's energy was hidden in the hidden house, that is in your 6th house. Okay. Here is it. Okay. If the 10th Lord in the 6th house means, simply one can say, they should not try for a self-help. Instead, they can do service belongs to somebody or work under somebody, that is good for them. They can earn whatever they want. The shine in service than self-employment. They try to, but here is the thing. The 10th Lord in the 6th house, these people's inner self will say, no, I want to do uh, my own job, my own career, and but it's the safest for them is work under somebody, and they definitely shine in that area. Okay? Mostly possible if they are working in their legal or the health. Why? Because that 10th house is a profession, the 6th house also belongs to our health, legal and health. So if they works in any one of the field, they can be able to tell you as to the profession connected to your health also well. Higher possibility, these people will be in a good position. They are very disciplined. That is, hold high esteem, very disciplined. In simple words, you can say they have the good qualities to sit in a good position. Okay. Most probably the transport changes in the environment. Okay, this all the things. But here is the thing: they wield the political power. It's highly possible, but it's not applicable to everybody. Right? If your son was not in a good, if son was not in a good tendency in your horoscope, then the wielding the political power is not possible. But there is a higher possibility. The 10th lord in the 6th house, and accordingly, the planets in your birth chart is also giving that power. Then wielding the political power is highly possible. Wealth beyond your dream. Fortunate luck breaks comes into you automatically. The simplest thing. But one can say how the 10th lord in the 6th house, how my luck and the fortunate will come. Because the Karmasthana lord was sitting in your 6th house means it brings your whatever the karma good deeds which you've done in your previous life. So also come along its new to you and give it as a result as a fortunate or luck in your life. Okay, then one may ask, why is the fortunate and the luck comes here? Okay, this is the luck is the 9th house only, right? How come it is possible here? Here is an answer. 6th house is the 9th to the 10th. Okay, so that's why they will have the professional luck. I also asked you the previous big question. The answer is also this one. I exactly forgot the question, but the answer more or less similar to this. Okay? You understand this one point, right? 6th is the 9th to the 10th house. So whatever, if the 10th lord was in your 6th house, the professional luck, it's already inbuilt in your horoscope. That definitely will bring fortunate and luck. Okay? Anybody having 10th lord in 6th house? Everybody was silent, you understand, right? Or I'm going to
No, we are good now.
awesome. 10th lord in the 7th house. This is the wonderful thing. Why? 10th lord is about your career, professional image. And sitting in 7th house is representing your spouse, partner, boss, client, customer, or anything you are facing in your life. What are the things you face in your life? Any problems, issue, question, doubts face in your life. That is also 7th house significance. In that, the 10th lord was sitting. In other words, Kendra Lord was sitting in your another Kendra. Sorry, good or bad? It's really good. How come it is going to help you? It's help you in the communication between your opposite peoples or whatever the things which you are going to face them. Okay, here, first, before we are entering into the number of listing the points, we will understand one point here that will help you to understand the other listing points easily. 7th is the 10th from the 10th. Okay, so that means the professional fame will surpass all boundaries. In simple words, they will gain the professional fame no matter what happens in their life. Okay, keep that in mind. Why we understand the reason also? Because the 7th is the 10th from the 10th. Okay, you understand this one point, right? Okay, now let's see about the they have the average IQ level. It's not about they are very excellent in nature. They are above the average IQ. Okay. One important thing about here is they're very good communication skill. Their managerial skills is very good. Their managerial skills is really, really good. Okay, here is the thing. Much more interested about their partners in their spouse is their good is how the partner will be. They are really blessed with their partners. Their whatever the career they choose. If when the 10th lord in the 7th house, the partner will definitely helpful in their career development. Okay, they are definitely blessed with the partner. Here, the partner is the blessing. Why? The 10th lord in the 7th house. Kendra lord in the Kendra house. Partner is the blessing. Whatever the ventures they try to do, it's always successful. Very, very powerful in the professional way. Okay, anybody was having 10th lord in the 7th house? Oh, yes.
Vanika, my husband has 10th Lord in the 7th.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, he is actually what? Rishabha Lagna.
Hmm.
And
Should
yeah. So the
so
10th
10th
Lord is supposed to be Saturn.
Saturn,
And it is
Saturn is the
in
Vrksha.
the Vrichika. Yeah.
Yeah. Along with
And
anybody?
nothing, no one.
Okay, which one is exactly matching which is?
Ah, I think everything you said is good, but uh, uh, of course, ventures are always successful. No, of
Hmm.
course, professional life, all those are fine. But there was one venture, maybe if I can recollect, where
Hmm.
that person had cheated in. So I don't know. That's the one negative in that. But other than that, I think everything else matches. Not all, no, just want to say that
Hmm.
it did take off well, but he cheated on him. So that way, I would put it as unsuccessful in that point,
Okay.
like
Okay.
one person. But
So the
generally,
blessing.
generally 99 is good. Yeah.
Hmm. But what about the 10th house? Is anybody was here?
10th house, no one is there.
What is the
No, it
6th house? Was anybody was in the 6th house?
sixth house is Rahu.
Oh, this is the possibility. Okay, oh, you remember what is the partner was cheating is based on which dasha buddhi and when it was
Hmm.
happening. You remember that?
That I don't know. That I see that still I'm yet to learn what are those to check those years. I do not know. Maybe when it was his that Shani Dasha, that
Mm.
7.5 will come. No, so probably during that time I think. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
when
there was a
the
thing was
second part of the Shani Dasha. That is the mid one. Yeah.
mm.
Because all through he's
All,
been
all this
employed. Only
uh,
after that, when he started into these kind of ventures with putting money as partners, that is when it had happened. But I think that was during his Shani Dasha, the second part of the Shani Dasha, I think. Yeah, if I remember. Yeah.
okay, when the partners was cheating, then there is a possibility of the Rahu was combined with Saturn in any other way, either it is in Dasha Buddhi or in the placement of the grahas. So
Hmm.
then the cheating can be possible. Okay, when it is possible, based on the Dasha Buddhi and the grahas placement, or when the
Okay.
Gocharam also possible, when there was the graha which is malefic graha, which is not
Mm-hmm.
the Gocharam on your birth chart. For example, imagine a situation now that when the day it was going to happen, the
Hmm.
Rahu was over your Saturn or any of the
Oh,
malefic graha over your Saturn, that may give you that kind of the bad luck also.
okay. Could be. Yeah.
This is also. So
Okay.
that okay, the one point where we can learn more is when you list down some points and there was a chances will come. Okay, like you said, right? No, the partner is
Hmm.
already cheated him. So that is a
Hmm.
point where the learning point will be twisted in a different direction. Okay, then
Yeah.
why it was happening? Okay, maybe the cause of the Dashabuddhi or the Gocharam. Okay, one important thing about here. The Gocharam going to give you the temporary impact. Okay, it's all the
Yeah.
time. Because the Gocharam is moving every day. Gocharam is a daily planetary movement. Is that going to
Okay.
have a permanent effect in your life? No, temporary effect in your life. The
Okay.
person once cheated, the person is not going to cheat come and again. And you are
Yeah.
not going to be cheated again because you gained your already experienced and you know how to face that.
Yeah.
But
Right.
which is going to cause you a permanent impact in your life, that is what Dashabhuti. The Dashabhuti
Okay.
was happening and your birth chart is also in that Graha position, and whatever the impact which is happened, that is
Hmm.
prolonged in your life. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Let's moving into 10th Lord in the 9th house. This is again the Kendra Lord in the Trikona house. First also we saw about the Kendra Lord in the Kendra house. That is the
We
10th
have
Lord.
to do eighth house, right?
Oh, but sorry. Sorry. My bad. My bad. 10th Lord in the 8th house. Okay. Now let's see about the 8th house. 8th house is about your longevity, transformation, core vitality, how long you are going to live in this. And one important thing. Then you may say, okay, I can predict my age. Don't do that. Depends upon whatever the karma which we do. There is a karma theory altogether that is also defining your longevity. So try not to predict your longevity at any point in time, not for you, not for others also. Will make your life hell. Okay. It's a house of the mystery. That if there is a possibility of the foreign settlement, that is also defined in your eighth house. Now let's see about the 10th house. It tells about your career, profession, and the image. Now the career law, the Karmasthana law, sitting in your eighth house, that is the Kendra law, sitting in your one of the hidden houses, that is the eighth. Is that good or bad? But interestingly, eighth house is the 11th from the 10th. So, what is the meaning? Definitely, you will gain profit and gains from your business or from your profession. Is it clear?
Hmm.
Okay, here is it. 10th Lord was in the 8th house. So, 8th house is the 11th from your 10th. If you count in your chart, 8th house, if you is 11th from the 10th. So, that will give you the gain. Okay, what is 11th house will do? 11th house is the profits and the gains. So how
Bhagya.
going to gain the profit and the gains? 10th Lord, because of the 10th Lord. Who's your 10th Lord? 10th Lord is for your profession and the business. So the 11th is going to tell you the profit and gains. 10th is going to tell you about the profession and the business combined together. So you gain the profits and from the profession or the business. Okay, now coming back to here. Well, then one may think, okay, my 10th Lord was in the house, so it is a hidden house. I lost my career. I can't even develop my career. But if you see that person, the 10th Lord in the 8th house, their career was zoom like anything. They are moving into their career ladder one step in a time or their 10 steps in a time. How is it possible? Because of this reason. 8th is the 11th from the 10th. Okay. Okay, why we are introducing this point now onwards? Because this is the point one may confuse, one may forget also. Most of the time, in the initial basic lessons, what we are learning, the 10th Lord is the Kendra, so it's good for you. Hidden houses, it's hidden houses, you may not receive the proper energy. So that whatever the Graha placed in it, the house is not going to give you the good energy, they know species will be increased. It is the basic lessons we are coming. Now we are stepping into one level deeper. We are saying, okay, the eighth house, it's also the 11th from the 10th. So you have to combine it together. Little bit confused here, but from this point you have to remember. The last week also, which I raised the question based on this movie. So remember this, whenever you see the horoscope, that will give you an entirely different perspective. Okay, then you may say, Vanita, I study the astrology like this. Now you are adding one more point. Okay, hereafter we are going to add a few more points, few more layers, one after another, because now we are moving forward. The basic levels we already gathered so much of knowledge, I believe. So now we are getting into deeper one step at a time. We are not going into deeper at the in a faster level. We're going one step at a time. Okay. If they change the career, it's definitely for better for them. If they change one changes the career, definitely enjoying in better state. For their profession, they definitely have the highest status, good image, and the reputation. Okay, here is something. Most of the individual, they may interest in the they may heard about interest to hear the story about the occult science. They interest to hear about the mystery and other stories. But no one can step into the research. No one can step into the mystery life. But these peoples are allowed to step into it. Okay, is this the mystery I heard? Is that the true or false? Let me jump and find out. That kind of the courage they will. No one, everybody was interested in mental science, but how many of us can stepping into that field? But when a 10th lot in the 8th house, these people can do that. Okay. And importantly, the longevity is good. They will definitely have the good health as well. Most possibly, these people will all the time talking about, okay, this is the principle, you should do that noble thing, this noble thing, this is the good, that is the bad. And they live in one principle way. Okay. Most of the time the colleagues will definitely appreciate them. Okay? Anybody will having 10th lord in 8th house? Let's move into 10th lord in the 9th house. 10th lord we already know about is career, profession and image, and that one was sitting in your 9th house. Here is a Bhagyasthana. It's telling about your father, and what is the Bhagya? It's mentioning about it's from your father lineage, fatherhead, whatever the heritage, whatever the blessings you received from your father lineage itself. And it's also telling about father-like figure. Anybody you feel like, oh, he's my godfather, and guru, any guru you follow or you believe, or your entire family was believing, that is also signified by the 9th house. And fortune, philosophy, higher education, and religious ethics, culture, tradition. All things comes under the 9th house. The long travel if you are going to perform, that is also in the 9th house. Okay. In other words, Indra Lord in the one of the Tripona house. Is that going to increase your auspiciousness? Absolutely yes. These people are really, really fortunate to born. Most of the time, the father plays a very, very significant role in their life. If they flourish, that means when they move to abroad for the study, for the profession, definitely well versed in it. This talent also flourished. That's what I said. They travel for overseas for their education, for their career. And they also do the direction to other people to stepping into a righteous path. And most of the time, these people are a better guide. No one can guide like them. If they say this is the right direction to go, there's all very right people to guide. And if they guide how the other peoples will end up with, they will definitely end up with in the good direction. Mostly these peoples are philanthropists and highly spiritual. Because why? It's in the 10th lord in the 9th house. Karmasthana Adhipati was sitting in the Bhagyasthana. So the spiritual comes as an inbuilt quality loka. Okay. Anybody have this 10th lord in the 9th?
Yes, Vanita, I have it.
Okay.
My Lagna is Taurus,
Hmm.
and my 10th Lord is Saturn. 9th and 10th Lord, both are Saturn.
Hmm.
And Saturn is in the 9th house.
Which one is exactly matching and which is not?
I think they're mostly matching. Actually, I traveled a lot for my work. So for my job, I used to travel a lot. So that is there. And I have skills in the sense like I do a lot of handwork and all that.
Mm.
So even now, I mean, I'm just more creative that way. And also, I like a lot in giving, and I like to think of others. So I would say philanthropy, and the
Mm.
last point would also fit in.
Mm.
More or less, it's quite apt. Actually, father playing a significant role that I lost my father when I was very young, so that it doesn't
What
come
is
in.
it? You?
I lost my father when I was very young.
Oh, okay. Mm.
So the rest, everything is matching.
Awesome. That's good. That's really good. Let's,
Thank you.
anybody want to add this one? This is not mentioned in here, but whenever you see the chart, make a note of it, this one, and see if that was true or not. Okay. The ninth house is represent about your father, right? And the Saturn was here. Most of the time, the father is away. The father is away from you. Most of as per in your chart, the father is not from you. It could be like that. The distance between the father and the children will be very large. Once it is the far away from the father is not even there. Try and see that if the ninth house is Saturn was there. It's not suitable for everybody, but make sure whenever you see the horoscope, try to understand, try to check with them, is that the right or it's a kind of a sensitive matter, handle it carefully. Okay, now 10th lord in the 10th house. 10th lord is the same house. Okay, Kendra lord in the Kendra house. That too in its own Kendra house itself. Is it good or bad? Very good. How it is possible? 10th lord, who's the lord for the career, profession, and image, that lord sitting in its own house. Okay, here is the thing. If the malefic grahas was sitting in your the malefic graha was sitting in your 10th house, good or bad? The Lord of the anyway, the own house, Lord will do its own work, right? What is the first rule here? If the Rashi was having a Graha in it, the Graha is going to do its work no matter what. That is the first rule. Now here, the 10th Lord, and another one is the own house Lord will do some benefits to it, no matter what. Even if it is a malefic Graha, if it's in his own house means, that means it's ruling its own house. Definitely good, give some benefit to it. 10th lord in the 10th house, how is that? It gives you more auspiciousness. These people are too much commitment to their profession, too much commitment to their business, whatever they do. They becomes a role model to everybody, but in whichever the career they choose, they becomes a role model. They are very, very brilliant. Professionally, no one can match with them because the 10th lord in the 10th house, the sharpness was they're born with that kind of the sharpness. If you know, they have the high regardless in and out of the organization. If there is a higher possibility, command political power and respect also. Most of the people, when the 10th lord in the 10th house means, number of the people will seek their guidance and they follow their footsteps also. That is highly, highly personal. Okay. So, okay, whenever you saw this 10th lord in the 10th house, who's coming into your mind?
Pardon me?
10th lord in the 10th house. Okay. This is the people's, somebody need a guidance. Wherever they are, even if they are in their organization or out of the organizations, the people will always remember.
Oh.
If anybody comes into your mind, that kind of the people? No?
I have a chart with this positioning.
Okay.
Lagna is Kataka. 10th house is Kuja.
10th house is March. Okay, Mars
Oh,
is Mars house.
yeah.
Yeah. Which one is exactly mentioned, which you see?
Um, First one, yes. All others, I think we have to wait and see because just started the career, so I
Okay.
can't speak about the other stuff. So just
Mm-mm-mm.
yeah.
And he know what is his or her age?
20s, just I think 2 years into his working. Yeah,
It is anyway, it's have to become in the future time.
yeah, right. Yeah. So last three, mostly even the fourth one also seems like need to wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
Vanita, my daughter also has exactly the same
Oh, really?
thing, what
That's
you
it.
said. Yeah. She is but Simha Lagna,
Okay.
and her Venus is in the 10th house. That is Rishabha.
Okay. How?
One
What
house.
you
But
are?
along with Venus, she also has Mercury and Jupiter in the same house.
Oh,
What's her age?
She is 34 now.
Oh, she's married or not?
Yeah, she's married. She has a kid also. Yeah.
And
Everything. Yeah.
it's a
When you're,
love marriage.
pardon me?
It's a love marriage or arranged marriage?
No, it's an arranged marriage. It's an arranged marriage. But yeah, no, everything, whatever you're saying is perfect from the
It's
chart that
same.
is. Yeah.
So because the Jupiter will definitely guide. Why
Yeah,
I asked
she's
the love marriage or not? Because of the
uh,
Venus and the Mercury. It's
Venus.
one or
Venus.
two.
Oh,
Venus
okay.
and the Mercury makes you to fall in love because the
Okay.
Jupiter energy maybe it safeguard her, but
Mhm.
otherwise when the Venus and the Mercury was there, even
Okay.
uh, even the Jupiter aspect also they will fall in love. Okay,
Okay. Okay. But no, that
yeah.
didn't happen.
So Jupiter will
But But she married the person whom she liked. Like after talking, only she married. So it was like arranged, and then she jumped into it. Not like our days, but
mm,
then it was like she saw, she talked, and after that, yeah, that's.
let's see into 10th Lord in the 11th house. Okay, 11th house is for your all kinds of the profits, gains, and the cash flow limits. What the second house will tell you, what you have in your life. So what kind of the liquid assets or what kind of the money you have in your life. But what is the long-term profit you will gain in your life? That is your 11th house. So the 6th house tells about your money comes from your career, 10th house from your profession, and the 11th, 7th house from your partnership, and the 11th house from your long-term investment. You consider it as a long-term investment. It's a profit gains and the cash flow. Importantly, it is a wealth. Or what kind of the desires you are going to fulfill in your life. Or you have a luck or you have the fortune to fulfill your desires or not. That is your 11th house. 10th Lord is for about your profession, business, like that. And here is the thing. As the 11th is the second from the 10th, profession will fetch them immense wealth. Simple as it is. Okay? This one you can easily understand, right? As 11th is a second from the 10th, 11th. So the profession will fetch immense wealth. Simple. Okay? So the 10th Lord in 11th house, how are they going to earn the profit gain and you're going to fulfill the desires? Everything is true? Yes, yes, yes. Okay? They get the reputation, they get the merit, they get the money. Obviously, all to yes. They're happy and friendly always, importantly. Most of the time, these people have an authority to employ a number of the people. They have this goodwill and many friends. Here is a thing, many friends. And the fame and reputations also, professional enhancement in the simple. When the 10th Lord in the 11th house means is there an opportunity you have the fulfillment of your desires? Yes. You have a profit and gain? Yes. You have friends? Yes. Why the friends was coming here? Because 11th house is also representing your friends. You will have many friends, yes or no? Yes. And you have the fame and reputation? Yes. You are going to gain the profits and gains from your profession? Yes. Anybody having 10th Lord in 11th house?
I have
Okay. Who's this?
Saravanan.
Okay. Then it is Kanya Lagna.
Yeah.
10th Lord in the 11th house. So, moon in your. I'm wrong.
Nine.
Yeah. You tell me. Mercury in the Kadaga, right?
Yeah, but it is combust.
Combust. Okay. There are so many grahas here, right?
Yeah. Sun, Saturn, Venus.
Which one is having exactly and which one it will move? I don't know.
First one, no. Second one, yes.
Second one moves, and one is okay.
Third one, no.
Mm.
Fourth one, yes.
Mm.
All the rest, no.
No offense. And fame and reputation?
No.
Yes, no.
No.
What about this? The professional enhancement?
No, nothing. That's not there.
You said yes, happy and friendly always, and you said the goodwill among the community and flourish. Okay, this is all about the energy of the sun. The sun took over when the Mercury was combust, sun plays its role. And the Saturn and Venus are also there. So this one we really have to make it as a 1+ to study this. This will definitely give you many things to learn.
Sorry, I didn't get you. Can you repeat again?
This combination, the Sun, combusted Mercury, Saturn, and the Venus, we have to learn as in a one full class.
Okay.
So understand how this food graha combination plays into your exactly matching with your life. So you said two things you said yes, happily and friendly always, goodwill among the community at large. Mostly it represents the sun's quality, right?
Yeah.
But sun is not going to friendly always. Sun is makes it authoritative always, but it in a good way. It won't you to hit your head and make you to step down. Only it will let you pat your shoulders and do it. It's kind of the friendly, but definitely it acquired this goodwill among the community. More or less, I felt it was a sun's energy, but still we have to look into this combination also, come into the entire conclusion. But when there was four grahas was there, you have to choose in this way based on the degree level. We'll see this as one separate class. But I always target this to see your horoscope one way or another.
Okay.
The one reason why I'm going to see your horoscope is because of this graha combination only.
Correct. Yeah.
About the 10th lord in the 12th house. The 10th lord is about your profession, business. Okay, that lord, the Kendra lord, was sitting in his hidden houses. That is the end of one of the hidden houses. What is the 12th house is for your liberation, detachment, expenditure, and displacement. Well, how the Lagna is representing your birth. 12 is the end of your life. Whatever you did in the entire life, you're born, you have the money, you have the courage, you acquire something, you have children, or do something, creation to the world, you enter into the profession or met your spouse and you transform your life, you do some kind of path and acquire some karma and you have that profits and gains in your life. And you finally enter into the phase of the liberation. And it's a phase of detachment that is defined in your 12th house. When the 10th lord, the Kendra lord was in the 12th house, is they are going to pursue the self action. They can able to step into realization phase, yes or no? Absolutely yes. They can definitely step into the phase of the realization. They want to understand what kind of the life which I'm leading, why I'm having this life. They have this question in their mind, and they step into pursue that kind of answer to that question. Okay. Somebody was basically. Huge challenge and competitions in huge challenges and competitions in the profession, because the 10th lord in the 12th house means 10th lord is a profession. Sitting in the 12th house is your profession, and the business going to be easy for you? Absolutely not. You have to face a number of the challenges to overcome everything. Always under severe stress. It's highly possible. Possibly because of the stress, possibly because of your business related, professional related thing. Most of the time, you have to be constant vigilant. If that who's demanding, your work is demanding like that. When the 10th lord and the 12th house, simplest thing you can remember is because of your work, because of your business, you have to be awake all the time. Your energy will be completely drained. You become stressed out. And you feel like, okay, I want to let go of this one. I want to detach from this. You will go to that mind state, okay? One way or the other. And the 10th lord in the 12th. For in your business point of view, in your profession point of view, is it so good or bad? Completely bad, because your energy will be drained out. You become very stressful because of your work. Okay. Anybody having 10th lord in 12th house? Okay, no. We already finished about the 10th lord in the 12 houses. Quickly finish about the horoscope discussions. We end our class today. Okay? We are seeing this Murali sir horoscope. We'll be more about this basic. We quickly step into the house which we are going to discuss. Okay. Still last week we discussed about the 6 houses. Now we are stepping into the seventh. Seventh house, most probably everybody will ask you about
Spouse and
spouse,
partnership.
partnership, how my client will be, customers will be, can I enter into a business partnership or not? Can I enter into one or more business partners? Or is the kind of the question which I'm facing in my life, or the doubts which I'm facing in my life, what are they? These are all the things. Most of the time, the people will think if the seventh house didn't have any graha, they feel really very happy because there was no graha in it. Then my opposite person didn't have that kind of the quality, so I am safe. Kind of yes, kind of no. Okay, let's come into Sarah's house. So, Meena Lagna, seventh house is the Kanya Lagna. Here there was no graha present. So when the graha was not present in it, who we have to see? The
The
Lord of
house
the
owner.
who's the owner? Buddha is the owner.
Buddha is
Where the Buddha was set, the Buddha was in the along sun. Is the Mercury was in a good state? Yes. The sun is not combusted, sun is far away from it, but it's sit together, sun and the Mercury. Then we have to think about in such a way how the partner will be. The partner is definitely creative. Why the partner is definitely creative? Why? The Lord, who is the Mercury, the seventh Lord, sitting in the fifth house. What is the fifth house is for? It's your creativity, it's your
Creativity.
spontaneous, your speculation, your amusement, your humor, everything comes under fifth house. Now let's see. Because the Mercury was sitting in the fifth house, is your spouse is intellect? Yes. So your spouse is creative? Yes. And or she's working in a children related things, then we have to check with that. The higher possibility. Why? Mercury was sitting in the fifth house because the fifth house is the children related stuff. When the spouse may work in the children related things, or the spouse can interested in children related things, one or the other way, she's very intellectual in nature and creativity definitely high. If she enter into speculative things, there is a higher possibility she took charge of the speculative things. Okay, why? Because the sun is combined with the sun. Okay, then we may ask the question, because the Mercury was sitting along with the sun, there is an ego clash. Will possibility is high. Is it going into end up into the extreme height? No, because the Mercury, one or the other way, hear the voice of heed the voice of the sun. Okay, the ego clash will be there, possibly yes. Okay, but how they can maintain the relationship, their intellectual, their creativity, so one or the other way, they pacify each other. You can see this as horoscope. There was no graha present in the lagna also. So there was no graha present in the seventh also. Even though ego clash will be there, they don't feel it is an ego. Okay. We will check with the sir, is that true or wrong in the next week. Anybody wants to add some points in this? Awesome. Next week there was no class, as I said earlier. We'll have the class on
10th.
10th.
May 10, I guess. Next third is not available. Then the 10th one. 10, yes, 10. Okay. We'll see you all May 10. Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Anita. Thank you.
Thank you, Vanita.
Thank you so much.